like Ryan
Gina
Reynolds isn't
Carano
built.
is
And he's got
huge.
Who?
Peg me any day.
So I,
Spit on that thing.
you could spit on my thing anytime. I'm just saying.
Oh, good lord.
I don't
You're
know.
pulling it
It'd be the
through the
smartest
whole
thing that
body.
came out of her mouth would be my dick, right?
What the fuck?
Because you know, Soda and Hero, what's the most valuable commodity in life?
A
Sex.
person's time.
That
Oh.
is correct.
Or so does
Yes.
balls, apparently.
Soda's balls.
Yeah, they're very important.
I know it's a fantasy because, like, if I'm playing a video game, GTA, and a hot chick comes up to me, I know that's not real life. Can Pokemon get venereal disease? Let's go to an expert.
Where's Badger? She would.
Badger, Badger, can you get
know.
AIDS from a Pokemon? I was
Yeah.
told I play with my mic too much.
You play with your black thing too.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Soda, 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 I made you out of clay. Soda, 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 why do you sound so gay?
I mean, I don't understand how this game
Good donkey.
failed. Like, I'm a
Well,
big fan
I
of
mean-
the Suicide Squad. I know we talked about this when it came
Yeah, we
out,
did.
and you said it was gonna suck. I said it'll be all right, and you win this one.
This whole project started as a college project to build a prosthetic that could be 3D printed and functional. And wow, he went.
Well, okay.
So, explain what good diarrhea is.
The type of diarrhea that cleans itself coming out.
People around who would be able to do the thing in the world that they're talking about doing. Does it make any sense to anybody? No.
No.
Well, then why the
Nope.
heck do you do it? Yeah,
Congratulations, you got Elliot Page.
like for the boyfriends.
Experiences everything that they interact with in the world is going to be completely different.
If one clone said to a transgender clone, "Go f yourself," and he went to another clone and f***ed another clone, would he be technically f himself?
Stand with you.
And apparently, I have a fan in the Pacific Northwest. She's a hairdresser and she's crazy hot. Today is the last day you can get your Whoa Dude t-shirt.
The only time you can have
No.
soda sitting on your titty.
Wow.
What? You don't want to play with hot sauces again, Penguin?
I'm
I
doing
think
good.
she was playing with hot nuts.
Nobody knows what their origin race is.
Like Uber drivers.
Yeah, they're that.
Highly reflective boobies.
Damn.
Oh, good lord.
Because people can't figure out that it's a fantasy. I know it's a fantasy because, like, if I'm playing a video game like GTA and a hot chick comes up to me, I know that's not real life.
Putting hot sauce on my grits.
Really.
Do you do that?
I do that.
What the fuck?
It's like a white guy trying to be like a black dude, but not reading the entire manual.
I'm not.
So sick of being fat. Gross.
Trust me, I understand the pain.
But you're not fat and gross. You're handsome.
He likes the knob.
This Steam
I
group,
made a baby.
was it a tube sock baby?
It was my Aaron Judge sock.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Captain Canuck.
Kazoo came in last night, you know, a little tipsy as usual, and he's like, I got the #1 issue of Captain Canuck. How much is it worth? I looked it up. It's like maybe $20. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I was like, yeah, 'cause it's Canadian. Nobody gives a fuck.
all the time. Whoopi Goldberg's profession is what? I mean, Jabba the Hutt's profession is what?
That's messed up.
Look, I'm brave, not an idiot.
That she can't wait to get out of the gaming
Like an
industry and go
underscore
back to the
Sex work, right?
sex work.
That's usually the
I'm gonna come.
I had
Lentils
macaroni
go
and
far.
lentils. Man, I
Twitch. Most of the
shit out my large intestine the other day from the lentils I had.
Alright.
Me getting hit with a baseball.
Exactly. 8 times in one game.
Wow, that's your fault. I've heard that allegedly it hurts just as bad, if not worse. But hey,
Whatever, their pain threshold is higher. They can give birth. They can take it. NPR voice. How you doing? Wait a second. That's not Soda Pop. We have a special guest on a special day. Please welcome Timmy T.
Hey, how's it going? Going well. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Thank you for joining us on this fine Saturday evening to talk about a game that all of us here are skeptical on, except for, well, maybe you. But that's why we invited you, because you have the lowdown, the skinny. You are playing the game actively.
I am playing the game actively. I got 1,000 hours on it.
Wow.
And going.
Well, you
Keely
know what they
says sound
say.
is good too.
You know what they say. You get 10,000 hours on something, you become an expert. You're only 9,000 away.
I'm halfway there on Fallout 4 too.
So welcome, guys. This is a special Laggin Out Live. We're talking about Starfield in the new expansion pack. Am I right about that?
Yeah,
That would
Yes.
yes.
That would be
That's
yes.
the plan, I believe.
I'm more of the
Keely
color.
says sound is good. So
Okay, great. All right, so sounds good. Everyone is looking better looking than me as usual on the show, so we want to get into it. So these guys, I'm more of the color commentator here. I'm more like, I don't know, the color commentator with the Starfield. I can give a unique game dev background on it and give excuses, and they can yell at me for it. So let's get to it.
Okay.
Right. So go ahead, Mr. Mariner. How you wanna run this, kind sir?
okay, this is gonna be a little off the cuff, stream of consciousness
Okay.
style because I didn't really plan out how the discussion would go.
Let me switch those.
But we lagging out. Hero and Chieftain kind of went on a tangent
Like we usually do.
on the topic a couple weekends ago about Starfield and Bethesda and Todd Howard's interview and how the game is not as popular as Todd Howard seems to represent.
Gross misrepresentation of the truth.
Yeah, we did a little bit of a dive. He claimed that it was a big dollar player on Xbox Live, and we were like, really? So we did a quick look, and the number of live players at the time that we were streaming was low, to say the least.
Yeah.
So we're not necessarily here to diss on Starfield. We're here to allow the other side to speak because we are only one side of the conversation. There's a whole other side of the conversation when Starfield comes into play that we on Laggin Out are not usually aware of. So Timmy T, because he's the player, he's the follower of the Starfield, he can help us out.
Well, I guess we can start out by saying that why can't
No, you're fine. You're fine. I can turn that off too if you like.
Oh, okay.
We'll do it like this. How about that?
That's, yeah, however you want to do it. I kept getting out of frame was the problem.
Oh, you're fine, sir.
Basically was just that like Steam is misleading for sure when it comes to numbers. And while I don't know what the player count is like at all, what I can tell you is that I do know that from the back end, by talking to people who make creations for Starfield, there are a lot of players, and it is very profitable.
Is it from the microtransactions, or is it how what's their revenue stream? Like, can you give us a little bit of insight on that?
So the two main people I've talked to are King Gath, who I interviewed last week, who makes King Gath Creations. He did Watchtower. He's done the Bard College expansion. He did some settlements too.
While we're going, I'm going to actually drop a link to Vatscats in the chat for us.
Oh yeah,
We can go check that out.
And make sure you follow this gentleman. He knows what he's talking about.
I don't know if I know, but thank you.
It's very video. You gotta be excited about it. He's like, yes, I am the goat. No,
sell it, man. Sell it.
Fair. All right.
We're glad you're here.
What I do know is that he went from doing it as a hobby to starting a business with it, and he has no signs of slowing down. And then I have talked to some of the other verified creators via the Darkstar Discord. Mm-hmm. Darkstar is a overhaul mod for Starfield, and again, they're not getting rich off of it, but they are putting in solid numbers. It is making the hobby self-sustaining for them. You know what I mean? It covers a lot of that back end stuff that people don't really realize goes on, from like hosting websites and having to have a a fancy computer to do dev work and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They do it for the love of the game.
Yeah, and to maybe recoup some of the expenses.
Fair.
Because I mean, having a computer strong enough to be able to stream isn't cheap.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, especially in today's day and age, you know. But so they're definitely not sad about how the revenue stream is for that. There are a lot of free creations as well. I mean, I tend to mostly focus on personally paid creations just because, and mods, because I like to support the people who make them. You know what I mean? I'd rather give King Gath $10 for Watchtower than have it for free. Like if I could pay him money directly for some settlements too, I would. I mean, I signed up for his Patreon a couple times, but it's not the same. It's a much cleaner transaction. They're getting to charge what they want and stuff like that. But anyway, so that's my only like kind of info that I really have on actual numbers.
Okay. So maybe you can dissuade us of a rumor that we heard back, or at least I heard it back in the day, back in the early days of Starfield, something like 6 months in. I heard that modders thought the Starfield code was so jank that they didn't want to bother with modding it.
Some people have, but that's not representative of most people. I mean,
Okay.
again, the verified creator program for Starfield is growing and growing and growing, and for Fallout and for even Skyrim. And there are lots of, I mean, yes, there's jank. You know, there are people out there that have, like, just like with anything, any mod, you got to be informed. You know what I'm saying? So, but that information's out there, just like with
Cool.
anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You
I mean, it's not a
always-
perfect system by no means. I'm not saying it
Right.
is.
I mean, they're not even indie that they're just doing for the love of the game. Now, I'm just curious if you know this. Forgive my naivete on this, but when they're developing these mods and stuff, are they doing it in a like maybe Unity or Unreal, or do you know anything about that? Just for our techie people.
I know that they have I know there's Bethesda's creation kit.
Okay.
And then, oh God, what's
Was that Epic Games? No,
I don't know the name of it.
No, Bethesda's different. I'm sorry. I'm getting
Bethesda.
logos.
Bethesda has their own creation kit for, and that was actually one of the things that like I have a couple of them talked to is the sheer amount of like the fact that Bethesda makes their games to be modded and the tools that they provide. Like they actually thought of it at least from the people that I've talked to, like enjoyed it compared to like other game developers.
Right. We were talking about where online gaming is going as far as the genre is concerned, as far as creativity is concerned, because that's a whole rabbit hole. So,
yeah,
in your personal opinion, I would love to hear it from a person from your perspective. Where do you think this is a fad or a trend? You think Bethesda is on the cutting edge of them actually saying, "Hey, we want to make modded games"? Do you see this expanding to other game developers, Activision, Treyarch, or whatever, Project Red?
Maybe I more think of it as kind of Bethesda's thing.
Okay,
because really Bethesda's the only.
It's their niche.
I mean, at this point, this is really what separates Bethesda games from. Because I mean, to be quite frank, most of their games are pretty mediocre without modding them.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean? Even Fallout 4 has a shelf life or a certain amount of time that you can set aside to play it before you start it to get bored, unless you've got some mods to keep going with it. Like, I was playing Fallout 4 a few years ago, and I was looking into like maybe doing some of the settlement building stuff and kind of getting into that a little bit to figure out how to like to see how truly my game design, my talent in building up settlements could actually go. And then I abandoned that when I found Sim Settlements 2, And Sims Elements 2, I found Sims Elements 2 right at the end of Chapter 1's development before they kicked off Chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
I was hooked, and I'm still there. I take breaks every so often, play other games.
Right.
And go back.
Yeah.
And there's new content, not just there's new stuff in just Sims Elements 2 that I get to find. Chapter 3 is a little bit of a anyways.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it either.
There are new mechanics, new things to do in Sims Elements
Mhm.
2, but there's also other mods coming out that help with quality of life or to provide new content. Timmy, next time you talk to Old Man Fallout, let him know I'm trying out Heather Kasdan.
I will let him know. Yeah, I will.
But just it extends the life of games that would have otherwise died into ignominy many years ago.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, like, that's kind of Bethesda's shtick at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, their games are kind of like on their own. Their games are kind of mediocre. Like, to be frank, I mean, even as somebody who's got, I have thousands of hours in Bethesda games, and I've only been playing them for a couple of years. Like, I actually have only been playing video games since 2023.
At all?
Not
That's
at
surprising.
all, but I mean, I used to play when I was younger, but
Oh yeah.
I got out of it and I played Magic from 2004 to 2023, basically, and then got out of that and got back in video games. So all these thousands of hours I've got on Bethesda games are in the last
Recent?
last 3 years,
Nice.
you know. So
Okay, so we've talked about Starfield's numbers or popularity or whatnot. Before we get into the new stuff that's coming out in April, what stuff has come out since, let's see, last time I played this was like a year after release when they put out Shattered Space. Has there been anything new to the core game since then that you could talk about? Because I don't want to go into all of that there has been in Starfield, but I need brushed up on what's current and
so for the most part, since Shattered Space came out, the game has kind of been in stasis for the most part. There have been some. I don't know if when you played, did they have they
just introduced Trackers Alliance, if that's where you're going. I hadn't
actually no, what I was going to go to were the gameplay settings that were more in depth.
No, I hadn't gotten into those.
So one of the big things that they released around the time of Shattered Space was they released the it's an in-depth gameplay like settings where like you can turn on and off sustenance, you can toggle like how you want sleep to function, how much damage you want to do, your enemies do, how much environmental and combat damage you get, like very, very like lots of settings to play with to adjust difficulty.
Dialing in the survival mode to certain
Dialing
degrees.
in survival mode, how difficult you want to make combat, how easy you want to make combat, like, you know what I mean? Like without it just being an outright like easy, difficult, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for example, one of the things I do is I turn off food healing. I make all my medical equipment heal slowly. I change the setting to where I do a ton of damage and the enemies do a ton of damage. So it's like combat's very fast paced, very lethal, and you gotta like get behind cover to heal.
Oops.
I also increased my like you get combat afflictions from like getting like shot and stuff. I have that turned up so that way it gives me a reason to heal all those 8 items you got sitting in your inventory.
Yeah, I was like last time I played when I was first collecting those or playing and collecting those, like I stopped seriously playing about the time that you had where you could like hit the button to eat versus just pick up the food.
Yeah.
And I went through a playthrough where I could do that, and I was noticing, and it was I either ignored the new difficulty settings or they hadn't come out yet, but I questioned the need for any of the chemicals that you could collect or craft.
Well,
A lot of the food healing didn't seem to be all that much. So it
food
was
healing's
very off.
horrible, but the
Yeah.
sustenance mechanics were a
Yeah.
thing.
I just like going out into the various environments and having like storms or cold or heat or radiation. None of that was really threatening to me because I always had my suit on and it's like, oh, I'm taking a little bit of radiation damage, but
Oh, sure.
I'll be all right. I'll
Turn
let it
that
go
stuff
over
up a little bit and get some extra XP, and then watch your life bar just turn yellow
there.
as you slowly die,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So there's more challenge to it now.
Well, it's more custom. The difficulty settings are much more customizable than they were when the game first came out, which I think is a big quality of life thing that, I mean, honestly should have been in the game when it came out, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's there now.
Yeah, it's there now. It's nice that the things that would
like,
make the game whole have finally been added after the fact.
Yeah, and the fact they're adding, I mean, if you want to transit, but other than that, there really hasn't been a ton of like actual like Bethesda. Now we could discuss creations. There's been several big creations that have come out, but
yeah. As we're talking, I'm sort of strategizing our conversation.
Yeah.
Here, so bear with me.
But no, that's fine. But as far as like what has been out, like what content has been out since Shattered Space, it's really been pretty quiet for the most part.
Okay.
So for official stuff.
Right. So now let's talk about the Trackers Alliance, because I tried the game when that was released, but I did not. It coincided with when I was playing Shattered Space, but I was focused on Shattered Space and not anything else. And so I saw the lady as I got off the ship for the first time.
Right.
She struck up a conversation that I promptly ignored and went on to do Shattered Space.
Typical.
But
ignoring all the hot ladies. That's what Mariner does. He's like, ladies, there's only one of me and 1,000 of you. Go ahead, sorry.
Fair.
So I got into.
Sorry, that's
so
what
I haven't done Trackers Alliance yet, but I'm hearing that when it started, it didn't have a lot there, but now there's more, and we're gonna get even more.
So Trackers Alliance, when it was released, was when the Shattered Space update came out, which was the same time they did those difficulty settings. They introduced the Trackers Alliance as a minor faction, and they introduced one quest called the Shipjacker, I think is the name of it. Basically, you go to a space station and you are trying to hunt down a guy who steals spaceships and chops them up. It's actually a pretty fun quest, and a really fun dungeon too, because it's in 0G a lot.
Ooh.
Yeah. There you go. And so, but then there was the paid one that came out with it that was 700 credits, which was a fucking ripoff. And it was one mission. It was about the same, and it was not as fun as the first one. So what they did was 2 weeks ago, when they made the announcement for the next DLC and the Free Lanes update, which we can talk about in a bit, they added 5 more missions to the Trackers Alliance. And they call it the Complete Trackers Alliance thing now.
Okay.
And those missions are a fucking blast. There's multiple endings. They interact with each other. Depending on what you do on one mission can affect things that happen in other missions, like stuff like that.
Cool. Okay. So
good voice acting. Yeah.
In a world.
Cool.
Yeah.
I remember Shattered Space seemed very dull, and a lot of the voice actors didn't seem to be in it, if they were even not in it, but they were not into it. The way I spoke about it at the time was they queued up a bunch of people out in the hall. They brought each one in, handed them a sheet of paper, and they'd read their lines, and then they'd turn it in and leave. And the director would call next, and the next person would be in. Like, they never gave them chance to really rehearse the lines, read the lines, put any emotion into the lines, come up with like motivation for the character. It almost sounded, a lot of it could have been AI for all I know, based on
what it wasn't. They're credited voice actors for all the roles.
Okay. So it just didn't seem like it had been. It definitely wasn't engaging. The story was very, very.
I liked the lore because I mean I took the time to like go out into the countryside and dig up all the slates, and I did all the side quests and stuff. But I could definitely see it like the setting was really cool, but yeah, it was a little underwhelming.
Yeah, the setting, the graphics, like the space view of space you have from the surface, that was epic. I liked that a lot. But and like the design and the artwork of the what was the name of the faction?
House Faroon.
House Faroon, yeah. Like it looked like they'd thought all of that out.
You learn a lot of the lore, and it fills in a lot of the background for House Faroon that you didn't get initially in the base game,
right?
Which is really cool. Like for example, this is a cool little tidbit. So in the first mission, the old neighborhood that you do with Sarah Morgan, you're trying to track down this guy to get the second artifact, right?
Right.
And there's a satellite you have to go to, but there's these House Faroon people by Venus where the satellite is.
Yeah.
And that's where they
there, and you kind of stealth your way in and
nobody really knew why they were there, right?
Right.
Well, here's why they were there. They were there because that was the initial jump point for the ship that Janan Varun was on when he had the vision. So it's like a pilgrimage site for them. But you only find that out if you go through the little, in typical Bethesda way, it's buried on a slate in the back of, this thing that you got to go pick 4 locks to get to. But it's there.
Like Fallout 4, you got to find the terminal in this very hidden away spot that you got to hack in order to get some intel, and then it's like,
exactly, to learn that Trash Can Carla is an informant for the Institute.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah, it very much like that.
Okay, so comparing Shattered Space to the new stuff for the Trackers Alliance, would you say the Trackers Alliance stuff is more engaging, better acted?
I like it a lot. I do like it more than Shattered Space, definitely, because it's a lot more run and gun. It is. I think it's just a lot more fun. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I would recommend somebody paying $7 for it. Which is the equivalent of 700 credits.
Okay.
Which I wouldn't have a year ago or even before the update happened.
Chieftain, can you queue up the YouTube video for us?
Absolutely, sir.
Wrapping up this conversation.
Absolutely.
Is there anything beyond Trackers Alliance or the difficulty settings that you can think of that had come out the past year or so?
Not that isn't related to creations.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Okay. Well, we'll preview the announcement video, and then we will go into get your response to that, and then we'll go into creations.
Yeah.
I'm definitely starting to think it's about time to give Starfield another chance.
Among the stars, humanity can seem insignificant.
I think it's there.
Our achievements can be dwarfed by the vastness of space itself.
I mean, it's no different than any other.
But the galaxy is at our fingertips.
Make it what it is.
We must enjoy the ride.
One of the things I like about factions impacting each other's stories.
Do not attempt combat with us. You will not survive.
Take him down!
This is gonna be fun!
A pilot is only as capable as their starship. A ship only as useful as its crew.
They like the other factions guest starred, but you never had conflict between the two factions, really.
Yeah. Well, so what I personally tend to do when I play Starfield is I do one faction quest line per playthrough. So I'll do like
You will find your
the
place
Vanguard, and then I'll do the free Star Rangers. I'll do, you know,
Ooh, here's the new stuff.
yeah. Here's some of the new stuff.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to play the music or not.
No, you're fine. I figured for YouTube, or to avoid getting struck, we could talk over it.
Fuck YouTube. I'm gonna sue them for $6 million like that one lady did.
Oh.
Did you hear about that decision yesterday?
No, what happened?
Thursday. She sued Meta and YouTube for making their algorithm addictive, and those two companies were found liable, and she won a $6 million settlement.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Lucky her.
I think this is going to peak more of a class action suit with other people.
Oh, is it?
That's just my estimation.
They are keeping the plot of the new DLC pretty hush hush.
Yeah.
So other than the fact that there's going to be ship battles and there's robots, I don't know much beyond what's already been publicly available. But I can definitely talk about the free lane stuff a lot.
Yeah. So really quick, let me dial this up because I brought in. So I've got the Bethesda article. It says a new threat has entered the settled systems, believing themselves to be the true children of Earth. The Terran Armada is made up of members of the United Colonies and Freestar Collective who vanished during the Colony War. The Terrans are an advanced military force largely comprised of robotic soldiers. The new quest line in Terran Armada is woven into the fabric of the settled systems. When the Terrans first arrived, their motivations are unclear, but the fate of the war against the Terran Armada will have consequences that ripple throughout the galaxy. Not all Terrans have it out for the settled systems. Along the way, you'll meet your new companion, Delta, a reprogrammed Terran Armada robot. He's not evil, says Peglerulo in the deep dive.
He's supposed to be neutral.
Yeah, but he's definitely not good. Sounds like the perfect addition to any morally gray captain's roster. Terran Armada DLC also adds the new incursion system. These can occur almost anywhere in the settled systems and are both a key part of the DLC storyline, as well as repeatable content with great loot to collect. Ooh.
Yeah, I think the incursion system is space encounters where you have to board ships.
New ships, ship parts, new gear, new elite crew, pre-built outposts. That could be interesting. New outpost
they're dumping
decoration.
there's an outpost module that you can now just plop down and.
Nice. It's probably how I'm going to end up doing it.
It's really good for people who don't really want to get into the manufacturing and component aspect of Starfield.
Did you ever watch my Starfield for Science videos?
I saw some of it. Yeah.
Did I screw up, or was that?
Yeah, there were some things you could do different that I can help you with that will help smooth things for you a little.
Okay.
Definitely make things less frustrating. Let's put it that way. I noticed.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah. Well, and some of it was that like some of the stuff just wasn't there when you played.
Yeah. That's probably
that's there now, and there's also like mods that you can use that will also, and like I never play Starfield without a fuel system.
Ooh, I remember you talking to Kingoth about that one. That also piqued my interest.
Yeah, I love the fuel system. There's an oxygen system too, made by the same guy, but yeah,
I don't know why I'm washed out so bad here.
Yeah, dude, you need to get some sun. I might have to modify this filters on the new system.
Okay.
I'll do that as you guys are talking because I feel like a third wheel here with you guys. So.
That's okay.
You feel like you're in the.
Well, he doesn't play anything Bethesda, so he's sort of
what games do you play, man?
I'm more a first-person shooter type of dude, but I haven't had time to do anything in the last 3 months. But I mainly do that.
Okay.
It's mainly games I don't help develop, all the games that I play. So like I don't in my background you can can I get to the background? There is Is it working? Oh, my shots aren't working now. I swear to God, it's there. But I worked on Epic Mickey and that sort of thing. But that's what I'm into. But I like. There it is. And you can't see it, but it's behind the symbol there. I have all the games I've worked on back there, but you know.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But I do. This is one of those things like where I'll watch Mariner play it, and just look at the aesthetic beauty of it, because that's the way I see it. I'm like, oh, look, that's too much depth of field in that shot, or there's that sort of thing. But I can get into other people watching the game, and that gets me excited that people are excited that like the work that we do on our side, you guys are getting like feelings, and you know the criticisms. Like sometimes game developers are real dicks about it. It's like, well, just get a like, oh, you can't play the game, get a 5070 graphics card, fuck you, right? But
yeah.
But I'm from the game developing house where we had real estate. We call it real estate. So real estate is textures, it's game engine, it's programming, it's models, it's level of detail. And we have to stay within that context. If we're not staying within that context, your gameplay is going to suffer, and that makes us look bad. So the new juniors and mid-level people don't give a shit. They're just like, no, just get a bigger graphics card. That's not how our side should be treated. You should get a complete game, or close to complete, something with shippable bugs at the very least. So that way you're not bitching about it, like I call it cyberpunking it, if you understand the term.
I'm aware of.
Yeah, it's just shit. That's the way I see it, but I feel like I'm interfering in your conversation, so guys, please proceed.
Yeah, you can butt in anytime you want.
Yeah.
We're grateful for you for allowing us this time to converse.
I mean, that was the thing, is like back in the day, like, I mean, when I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm 47.
We're all in the same age bracket.
So, I mean, I remember playing on, I started out Atari 2600, the NES system,
Intellivision is...
I'm 50, remember the ColecoVision where you had to punch in all the numbers?
Oh, I had the little slide acetate slides to switch them out.
Yep.
There was a game called, and I always tell Marinus, there was a game there called Let's Get Tanked. And it was like 2 tanks, 1 red tank, 1 blue tank, and you can change it to bouncing bullets and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where we're from. That's our generation. So
you had to ship everything like
it better be right.
As is. It had to be as is.
Yes, sir.
And there was no DLC. There was no nothing. I mean, to be quite frank, I prefer it the way things are today. Yeah. I'm the other end of the spectrum for most people, probably.
Your opinion is just as valid as anyone else's.
Well, it's just, I'm just the other extreme. Like, I don't mind. I mean, first off, I don't play anything when it comes out anyway. Like,
yes. Are you a follower of the philosophy of hashtag play old games?
No, I'm not a floss. No, not necessarily. I just hashtag don't pay full price.
Hey, dude, I love that. Never pay full price. My friend always used to tell me it's all about the hookup. Like if you have a friend, like I got a whole salmon for $1 because he worked at he just retagged it.
Right. I mean, I do a couple of things to save me money on Steam, and one of them is I wait for a game to go on sale and then I buy it.
Yep. Mariner, I'm looking at the live stream and you're not that washed out. You're a little bright. It looks like you need sun, but I'll fix it in post.
Okay.
Yeah.
My lighting's always perfect because I'm a lighting artist. So
yeah.
Oh, are you? Fair.
Yeah. Never took a lighting theory class ever. I just do it by eye. I never have light meters. I just do it by eye.
Yeah. So go ahead and go into some of the stuff we're expecting in the free lanes updates.
Okay. So some of the stuff in the free lanes is they're adding in a thing called cruise mode, which will allow you to travel from point of origin to point of origin within the same star system. So we'll go back to the first mission with Sarah Morgan again, where you go from Mars to Venus to the moon. You could do all of that without
loading screen.
Yeah, I mean, there's already ways in Starfield to minimize loading screens because, again, Bethesda. I'll go into that in a minute, but yes, you can travel from point A to point B, like as if you were walking in Fallout 4. You basically click on it, you set your ship's computer, and then it flies at like some different speeds. There's going to be some encounters that are designed to happen during those that are specific to them, like ship encounters and combat encounters and different stuff like that. Then another thing they're adding is they're adding some additional ship parts, which is very long needed. Timmy's title is a little dark. What?
No, you're no.
Oh, it made him dark. Oh, okay. It made both sides. It made him dark. Okay, hold on. I was fixing Mariners, and it looks like it's actually doing both. I'll go back. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. And then
so goddamn pale. That's why.
It's both of us. All of us are too pale.
All right.
Well, now I'm like, now I look like I'm sitting in my mom's basement.
Talking to us from the dungeon. That is.
Yeah. So that is one of the other things they're adding some additional ship parts, obviously. Then they're doing they're adding the prefab modules for ship construction. And then a couple of the other things that are nice that they're doing is they're adding a ability to kind of re-roll legendary items on your weapons with a new in-game item called Black Tech, Star Tech. I forget the name of it off the top of my head, honestly. But what it essentially is something you'll get in endgame dungeons that will allow you to upgrade your weapons of legendary effects, and you're able to like basically roll it 5 times, and then if you don't get what you want, you can select one of those 5, and then move to the 2nd star and the 3rd star and whatever.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool because that was one of the things, especially in the early game, where you like start out and you're kind of stuck with like, without the gear that you need. You know what I mean?
I usually did okay, but I was also like, I also figured out early which weapons were good for which circumstance. Like in Fallout 4, I looked, Chief. I couldn't find the settings. So,
all right, I'll show you when we get off.
Okay. But in Fallout, I have 4 primary weapons. I have a handheld pistol. I have a combat shotgun, and I have a 50 cal sniper rifle. And I can get through the game with just those 3 or 4 weapons. I've got usually 1 laser as well to deal with robots or whatnot, I carry a 4th that I find fun. Like in my Sim Settlements 2 stream, I have a plasma rifle right now, so I get to melt the bad guys every once in a while.
Right.
So I found the equivalent weapons in Starfield that I like to run with and use those and mod them out and usually just stick with those. I did kind of enjoy the Varun weapons that you get, but
the Varun weapons are the best.
They also seemed a little overpowered from my memory, but I didn't mind.
The Shatter Space weapons are way better, or way stronger than all the other ones. Yeah.
I don't necessarily mind OP weapons because it's a good counter to the
I'm bad at shooting.
I'm bad at shooting. That's part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Noobs.
But I do want to.
Well, I'm horrible.
Are you?
Yeah, there's a reason why I play Bethesda games and not Call of Duty.
Right. So be grateful you don't have to play the Star Wars games, because the Star Wars games, it's like if you shoot like this, you can't do anything. You have to shoot like you're in the hood. You have to move the controller like this in order for it to shoot straight on the Meta Oculus. It's just horrible. I have nightmare stories. I had bad dreams about it. I'm like, who developed this game needs to be shot. Yeah, it's ugly. I said I was the fastest player off the trigger in Call of Duty ever, but that I never said anything about my aim being good.
Right. Just because you can shoot fast, but you're not getting them on target.
Right. So that's why I was like, maybe I should. I moved to story based games like Telltale for a while, and I just just for the enjoyment of the game, and that's what it sounds like you're doing. You guys are doing it for is the enjoyment. It's the missions, the side missions. It just hits the dopamine right in your head, you know.
Yeah. Well, and for me, I like digging through all the lore.
Right.
And,
it's 3-dimensional for you.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's important.
I also like breaking those types of games.
Poo break shit. That's what I call it.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you want to talk about, like, I'm a min-maxer. I mean, I have spreadsheets for Starfield.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, I didn't make them, but I hunted them down.
Yeah. I know. Like, I was part of a clan in the gaming thing, and I was in charge of 300 people, and I had spreadsheets. I understand your plight.
Yeah.
Hero's also good at min-maxing as well.
Yeah,
I kind of wish he was here or watching, but he's got things to do today.
I mean, I work with the guys with Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth. I know what they did. So like I literally worked next to those guys.
Nice.
So I understand how like you can get into it and just to figure out how to like max out everything.
Yeah, how do you break this?
Right.
And that is kind of the fun.
It is.
For me. And so
understand.
Go ahead. No,
understandable. I'm just agreeing with you. Go ahead.
Oh, so one of the other things that they're doing, and thank God they are, is they're going to be. So there's an item called quantum essence you get when you kill other Starborn. That really right now all it's used for is regenerating your space wizard powers faster. You're actually going to be able to use those to upgrade your Starborn powers. So you don't have to do 240 temples to get your stuff all maxed out.
Oh, that's
I know,
be
right?
So nice.
Did you just cream in your pants a little?
Because it was more of a painful memory of the number of times I went to the temples and played that stupid mini game.
It is. I don't even bother most of the time. Like that's the other thing. Like, if I don't want to engage in it, I always wind up with like half the powers.
Yeah, I barely I can go through the entire game without using any Starborn powers at all.
There's two that I really like. Personal atmosphere, because I'm always over encumbered.
That makes total sense.
Because I'm a Bethesda player, and we always just
inventory management is one of the games.
Whether if it's useful or not.
Games. Yep.
Yeah. Even though they did add a setting for carry weight, so you can actually have like 1,000 carry weight now, as opposed to what you start out. You take a hit on XP, but it's but that's the trade-off, right? So they're allowing you. So not only are you going to be able to upgrade your weapons with a currency now that you get in game, you don't have, it's not like an MMO currency.
Yeah.
And then you can use the quantum essence that you get from fighting other Starborn to upgrade your Starborn powers. Then the last thing that they're adding, which is another quality of life thing, is they're making this thing called the Quantum Entangler unit that will allow you to put things in it to take through the Unity into the New Game Plus mechanic. I think it starts out with 50 mass, and then you can upgrade it through, I forget what the means are off the top of my head, up to 200 mass. But that's enough. 50 mass is enough for you to get a couple of good weapons, a spacesuit, a helmet, and a pack through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some healing items and ammo.
How many times have you been through Unity?
Twice.
Oh, you only because
usually what I do is I play the game and then I start a new character.
Okay, because there was, when the game was first out, there was different things I saw about different random encounters or random circumstances that you get as you pass through Unity.
Yeah.
Like one of the zanier ones was all of the characters are plants.
Yeah, I haven't gotten all. I've gone through and seen all of the alternate starts at the lodge. I just used create a mod for it. But
okay.
As far as like actually like playing New Game Plus, I've only played 2 New Game Pluses.
Okay, cool.
Usually what I do is
done about the same.
Well, the game's mostly the same, but the other thing is I tend to play a lot of quest mods. So I tend to install and uninstall things. And while you can do that, that's actually one of the things that the New Game Plus is designed for, is, you know how like Bethesda games, after you play it for like after you have a character for a long time, your saves get bloated and everything just starts acting wonky. Well, the NG Plus mechanic is designed to reset all of that, but you keep your character progression. So it's like so it's like going back to the vault in Fallout 4, but you got all your perks.
Would you be able to, in that transition, then do you get to
You can
redo
change
mods, or
you can change your mods. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So what you can do is you can play through the game right before you go to the Unity to jump to New Game Plus, change all your mods out, do the jump, and start the new game. So
And
often
that's
what I do,
creations as well as mods, right?
do what?
That's creations as well as mods?
Yeah, when I say mods, I'm actually talking for, in my instance, I am almost exclusively creations, but
Okay.
which are a combination of paid and unpaid mods, essentially.
Yeah.
I'm using mods as because that's kind of
It's a universal term.
it's
yeah.
a common vernacular nowadays.
Yeah.
So that is one of the things you can do. I do tend to, but for me, I tend to kind of bork my saves because I change them a little too much.
Ahoy Mojo on the Twitch side.
You know, so, but
Mojo is my lovely mod from Deep Dive Gaming.
Hi, Mojo.
She's good people. She puts up with our antics all the time, so we appreciate her. We love you, Mojo.
Mine. Yeah.
Fair.
Mainly mine, and she's probably the best moderator I've ever seen.
She's a national treasure.
Aren't all mods national treasures?
They are. It's truly a thankless job. It truly is.
Why I try and thank Mojo and
I try to thank Mojo every time I'm setting up your thumbnails. I'm like, I'm all set, ready to go. We love you, Mojo. She's so friendly and nice. She's so sweet, bro. She'll give you diabetes. That's how sweet she is.
All right. Well, I got my
she
insulin.
She also said I didn't need to interrupt you to say hello.
Oh, it's all good. Well, yeah. I mean, that was kind of the last. So that's the last thing that I'm aware of. I'm sure there are going to be some other things that they're adding, but beyond that, it's a little hard to know exactly what's going to be added from the Free Lanes update and the DLC that's coming out.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and go on to some of the creations that you shared, and we can talk about them. I was listening to Timmy's Vatscast from the interview with Kingath, and it started the blood boiling a little bit because there were some things that I was learning about from Kingath that are making me want to try out Starfield again. But first, let's see. We'll go ahead and talk about, what was that first one you sent me? That was the.
So I would do At
Hell's
Gate first.
Yeah,
and then
that's the first link.
Yep, and then Escape second, and then do Watchtower third, because Watchtower is the most kind of overarching.
Okay, so it's the second link, the fourth link, and then the third link is how we'll cover this.
Okay.
First Chieftains.
What I'm looking at here, it's just a link to creationsbethesda.net. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
And there's like little thumbnails underneath. Are those just pictures or are those videos?
They're just pictures.
Okay. Are we just going over the imagery?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure what it was, and I'm properly prepared and I don't look stupid, which is very easily done on my live.
So the first one's At Hell's Gate.
Okay. So here is the full screen here.
All right. So this is a free creation by Bethesda. It was actually created by Kingath, like subcontracted for Bethesda. It's a Dune-inspired little dungeon, little quest, but it's free. You get a cool little gun, some decent armor, and it's just a good little dungeon where you go and shoot some aliens. The quest is pretty short, but again, it's just nice, and it's just something that they put out for no money, which is what which is one of the reasons why I wanted to highlight it.
It's free.
It's inspired by Doom, right?
Yep, it's a Doom-inspired creation. And when you install it, you can still unlock it. It's called achievement friendly, is really the big difference. But it's just a fun little, probably took me about an hour to do. But the dungeon's actually pretty difficult. I definitely wouldn't go there super low level, make sure you got some decent gear and whatnot. But you get the super shotgun, from Dune, and you get the Doomslayer armor, which is kind of cool.
Is that the only picture, Chieftain?
No, there's.
I will find another picture. Hold on.
Okay.
You can just rotate. If you just click the little arrows on the side, it'll flop them over for you.
Oh,
yep, right there. Yep, there's the Doom armor.
Modern technology.
Yep.
Do you want to dismiss the cookie preferences thingy?
Why? Well, that's so unprofessional. I should leave it. Here you go, guys.
Yep. So then if you click it again, that's the Doom armor.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of. There's the shotgun. There's one of the aliens, kind of Doom inspired, that you wind up fighting. But yeah, it's just a fun little dungeon to go through. It's definitely very combat focused, so if you like shooting them up, it's definitely a good one.
That edge is weird.
Click, boom.
Exactly. And they got the Doom, they got the animation down for the gun really nice, and the sound. Totally reminded me of Doom 2.
I remember, like, when we were kids, like, let me change my voice. Sorry.
I remember when we were kids and you're going through like the PC game and it's like all like this is like if we saw this 20 years ago, Timmy, like we'd be like, what the fuck? I know you know the mods of like the sexy like bikini girls on the sides and stuff. For that, you're a mod guy, so I'm sure you were able to do God mode on Doom, but yeah, but it's a lot of that stuff. Yeah, I think that's the last slide, gentlemen.
Yeah, cool. Well, and then so there's like, and then there, yeah, remember you played Duke Nukem, didn't you? Oh, yeah.
And Space, had a couple of friends work on that.
Yeah.
So
the next creation is actually called Escape.
It's the last link I sent you, Chief.
I got it. Yeah, I just got to switch out. I have them all tabbed, so I could just pull them over for you.
So this one is actually is pretty interesting. You start the quest by going to Neon, which is kind of like, it's like their cyberpunkish city. There's like the main story takes you there.
That doesn't look like the right one.
Nope, that's Watchtower.
Maybe it wasn't the second to last.
It's the third one.
Okay.
I gave you 3 creations. No, it's called Escape.
There's the one at the very bottom of that.
Oh, it's called let's see.
It says Escape at the very URL.
Here, I can.
Got it. I think this is it. Oh, Escape. I got it.
Okay. It's all good.
There we go. Just move it to this.
Okay.
That's
and then there's some pictures down there. Yeah.
Yep.
So this one's actually, Escape is like so you take the main quest will lead you to Neon. You go to the Astro Lounge. You sign up. So what it is it's a scientific study that you sign up for, and you get knocked out and sent to a space station. And what it is it's puzzle focused. So you actually have to like interact with the environment, solve a bunch of puzzles to progress through the dungeon. It's not very like there is combat, but it's not combat focused. And to get off the star station and complete the quest. There are 2 other people that you wind up meeting as you progress through the dungeon, and you're not quite sure if they're allies or not, or because it's very like fuck with your head kind of, but it's really good. It makes you think outside the box. There's multiple endings. There's multiple ways through the quest. It takes about 2 hours, 2.5, depending on how much you really struggle, and how much you go online and get answers. But I found it it's really fun because it makes you kind of think outside of the box and kind of shows you some of the possibility. And the writing is actually really good. Like it's actually better than the main story. Again,
that's not hard.
It's not hard, but it's a treat. You know what I mean? And this one's also made by Bethesda. Like there is no reason why this could not have been in the game, honestly. Like, but other than I can tell you why. King Gath actually answered that question for me. Here's why. So if you make a creation or a mod, you only have to QA that. Whereas if you add new content to the game, there's so much more QA that goes in on the back end, I guess. That
because you gotta make sure compatibility under all circumstances, under all threads, story threads, all environments, everything, and it's
so it's like way more cost prohibitive than the QA that they had to do for this. But it's a really good, fun, like little story. One of the people is like she's like a financial advisor, and like she grew up poor and is doing well now, but she signed up for a study to make some money on a vacation, like on vacation time. And you find these again, like the lore is kind of buried in all these little slates and audio recordings and your interactions with these people. I don't want to spoil it, but you definitely it's dark.
Gotcha.
But like in a good way. Like
yeah.
It and it's fun, and you can navigate your way through it different ways. And you're not quite sure who to trust necessarily.
So Mojo's got a couple of comments in the Twitch chat. She's talking about Bethesda has never allowed outside assets for any of the games when it comes down to mods, and it's, in her opinion, it's because they know their engine can't handle it. But it's also that it's very expensive to QC on the back end, according to King Gath.
Yeah, I mean that was specifically well, that's the gun you get at the end, which is really good. It's a nice little hand cannon.
Time to 3D print something cool.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
It looks pretty dope, don't it?
It looks dope, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice little gun.
That's kind of how I want my firearm to look. Because I have an S&W and I want it white and black like that. So it's giving me some inspiration for real life stuff.
Nice. Just don't put a pearl handle on it. You're not a New Orleans pimp, right?
I want to do kind of like the Deadpool things, like smile when you see the flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a patent quote, by the way. In case nobody caught it.
Yeah.
Hold up, that wasn't a thing until they made Creation Club a thing. QA has never been their thing until they figured out how to monetize the mods.
I love
That's
it when
Mojo.
I
can't see my mouse.
I mean, they're evidently I mean, from the mod authors that I've talked to, they're really, and again, I know that like, there's actually one thing I really did forget. I forgot about that they're adding to, with the free lanes update. That's actually really big. It's two things. And it's kind of a sad story, actually. You guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
Yes, I like sad stories. I'm on antidepressants, so they can't be that sad.
Okay, so there's two creations called Astrolabe and Starfield Compendium that are, which I can pull up.
You can throw it in Zoom's chat if you like, and I can just throw it on there.
Yeah. So Astrolabe allowed you, added a search feature into the star map of Starfield, because by default it did not have one. Okay. This was a free and a paid creation. The guy also has a website.
Okay.
Then the other one that's made by the same guy is called Starfield Compendium, which was a reference table, a resource guide that he integrated into the UI of Starfield for like what planets had what resources on, what vendors sold what things, like really good work. In fact, I bought it 3 times essentially. I bought it actually twice. I bought it once on PC and then once on Xbox under Game Pass. So
screw you, PlayStation people. We have another Xbox person here.
Well, it was because that was the best way to play on my Mac.
See, guys. Once you go Mac, you don't go back. Just saying, everyone fights me on this channel, buddy.
I
don't get it.
I love Mac OS.
So do I.
Yeah.
I spent $7,500 on a MacBook Pro a couple of years ago. That's how into Macs I am.
An M3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got
I got it. I got it fully loaded up to 4 terabytes. I couldn't
Okay.
justify 8 terabytes.
Gotcha. I've got a M1 Studio.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me grab this link because I got it sent to me.
As long as I can run Unreal and Unity on it, I'm good.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
And it's my 3rd MacBook Pro. So
I actually do. It's actually how I got back into video games. Was I bought an eMac, like one of the ones from like for people, like a G4 from like people's school, and I played the original Oregon Trail on it.
Yeah. Stop aging me. Stop it.
Yeah. And then I found the Mac ports for Fallout 1 and 2.
Oh wow. I have to pick your brain when we're done here, so I can write down all the shit, because I want to lay in bed and be a lazy bitch and just game and stream on there instead of just going into my office. Although it's really nice in here, sometimes I get agita when I come in here because I'm usually working and doing something. But yeah, go ahead.
So to wrap before we get too sidetracked. So these 2 mods that this guy made, they're really good, really comprehensive, but they're adding all of this functionality into the game.
I think I heard about Starfield Compendium or something along those lines, because you can use it to find resources and what's on planets and what what minerals are in what star systems and things like that. I think I used it. I think I tried out an early version of this mod before Creations was a thing.
Well, there is a paid and I think there's a free version too of both of them. But the thing is though is that these creations are going to be defunct because they're adding all of this functionality into the game. So part of I guess the user agreement with being a verified creator is that, you know, I mean, they have access to your, you know, to the property, and I guess they're not incorporating literally his stuff, but it's some version of that. So basically he's kind of getting screwed, honestly. I feel bad for him, but I'm also glad that they're adding these much needed features to the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They are much needed, because before you had any of this, you would pick a star, pick a planet, and hope that it had the stuff you needed. Or you were doing like what I was doing, was going to the various wikis or guides out there for like build your outpost. Here's the things you need to do. Or this is the one planet that you need to go to that's got 5 resources all in a tight area for you to mine all at once and ship off elsewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the dude who so I'm really glad that they're adding all of this stuff, because this is all stuff that really needed to be added to the game. So at this point, I wouldn't say, I mean, to quote Todd Howard, if Starfield didn't really do it for you before, the updates probably won't do it for you now. But if you were like kind of on the fence or kind of kicked the tires and was okay with it and then maybe lost interest after a little bit, a lot of this functionality will be enough to kind of make your experience a lot better.
Well, we'll find out. I'll probably get it installed and updated after
the 7th.
Yeah, after the 7th. I mean, I already went ahead and downloaded and installed it in Steam, and it's just sitting there waiting for the update and the DLC to come out, and then I'll probably kick the tires on my own, because it's after I get done with chapter 3 of Sim Elements 2 in my current stream series, I'm going to move over to Fallout London.
Oh, thank God you're changing it. Oh, thank God. I'm so over doing settlement thumbnails for you. I mean, I'm just
you'll get to do London thumbnails for me now.
Yeah. Hey, Fallout London's great.
There's some great scenery in Fallout London that Chieftain can use for
well, and just the fact that they were able to overhaul a game so extensively for London. Like,
yeah, that's the thing that's the thing that I love about London was that, and I'm looking forward to more people doing these things with existing games. Scrape off the existing content, leaving just the code in place, and then putting in your own assets like terrain, um,
How dare
weapons, people, like the architecture is there to build upon. You just got to scrape off what lives there first and then build up your own stuff.
yeah, the bones are there.
Yeah, the bones are there. You can change the flesh out so
Right.
that you can, that's what Fallout London did.
Mhm.
I think there's a couple of other Fallout projects in the works. Chicago, I think. There's also
Yeah.
Miami. Those I'm less eager for because they've seen the London model and they kind of realize I think that they're going to need to start over. But
I just a lot of that stuff, it gets a little too ambitious, and
yeah.
you know,
The other thing, well, I mean, London is showing how it's done. The other guys can take those lessons and how to do
honestly,
it.
it would have been great if they could have released that as like I would have paid money for London.
Yeah, and then, but not just for Fallout. Like I'm looking for, I would really enjoy. I think I would be happy if someone tried it for Starfield.
They already did, and it's actually pretty good. There's a Star Wars overhaul.
Yeah, is it just an overhaul or is it like London?
It's not as seamless as London, but what it is it's a mod list that changes out a lot of Starfield for a Star Wars storyline and planets and races and all of that.
Okay.
I haven't played it because again I just like slapping extra dungeons and doing those. And there's a lot of that. I haven't worked through all of what's available yet. But there is
Sorry.
no, that's fine.
Carrie's going, damn it, 117 gigabytes.
What's 117 gigabytes?
Starfield.
Oh yeah, it's not a small game.
It's a beefy boy.
Yeah.
But like I said, like something original, like London.
I haven't actually like I've barely touched the surface with it, but supposedly it's pretty comprehensive.
And also like not just Bethesda games, but other games as well.
Yeah, look up. I think it's Star Wars. It's called Star Wars Genesis overhaul.
Is it a collection or is it?
It's a collection of mods that are all used together to create. I mean, that's really what.
Well,
London
what I mean
is
it a Nexus mods collection like they have for
it is
Sim Summons 2 and other games in Fallout or other mods for Fallout? Okay.
Here, I'll find it since we're talking about it.
Okay. You can send me the link. I'll drop it in the chat.
I will. That's what I'm already on.
Cool.
So I have not played this. I've heard good things about it, but there's a lot to. I mean, it's very so. One of the things that Fallout London kind of doesn't really, most people don't realize with it, is that they did change the quest line and everything, but there's a lot, like they use buff out, they use Excel, they use a lot of the tools like the extended dialogue interface, the extended crafting interface that are all stable mods.
Is it the Genesis mod list? Carrie
sent me a
link. Or put a link in the chat.
Oh, I'm just doing I'm sorry, I did the wrong link. That was the problem. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Carrie's dropped the genesismodlist.com link.
Yeah, that is it. I just posted the wrong. There it is.
Okay.
I'll hit the wrong button, guys.
I'll move that into the.
I hit the wrong button was the problem.
I also hit the wrong button. I kind of dropped everybody for a second there.
Whoops.
Oh, it's all good.
Whoops. Okay, so let's try and make it loop back in, I guess, to the Watchtower.
Yeah.
Station.
So
that's the one I'm really wanting to hear about because that's King Gath's creation for Starfield, like Sim Summons 2 was his creation for Fallout 4. I'm very curious about this, and this is why I'm definitely considering getting back into Starfield. But after the game is updated.
Updated.
Hopefully, Watchtower doesn't break.
I mean, it's gonna get updated.
Yeah,
so
it should get updated.
First thing I would want to preference Watchtower with is that I would highly recommend you do it as its own thing.
Okay.
Like you're gonna play, because Watchtower kind of takes over the game till it's done.
Okay.
I mean, it is gated by certain parts of the main quest, but the ship combat, the gameplay loop of going to the dungeons to advance the main quest of Watchtower, all of the things that you can unlock, very much make it its own kind of its own thing. You know what I mean?
Okay. So it doesn't, like in Sim Summons 2, you can play the vanilla story and also Sim Summons 2.
No, you can, but I wouldn't go throwing a bunch of other stuff in it too.
Okay.
Because it's gonna kind of, you know how in Fallout 4, once you start the Mechanist quest, you keep getting all those random encounters.
Yeah, I've got a mod to fix that too.
Well, right. So it's kind of like that, or in chapter 3 of Sim Settlements, where the gunners start taking all your settlements, and then you have to take them back and convert them in outposts.
Yeah.
It's kind of along those lines, where like you just want to make it its own dedicated playthrough, is what I'm saying.
Okay. So Carrie checked out that Genesis mod list. Says full mod list is 1 download, and that download is over 120 gigabytes.
It's a lot, but it's pretty comprehensive, and a lot of people.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa, dude, that's big.
Give us some fucking money.
That's almost as big as Miss You Soda. Come back, please. But that's almost as. I think that's bigger than the actual. I'm trying to find the
size of Starfield.
The size of Starfield, yeah.
I think it's like 120 gigs.
Manage properties. There it is.
Once you add all the stuff.
Somewhere
currently
in here.
But
good Lord.
Yeah, so Watchtower is fun because it gives you
135.7. Woo!
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So
What the
Watchtower
fuck?
starts out like you get Shanghai, or not Shanghai, you get kidnapped, and then you wind up this guy Torn winds up saving you, and then he kind of starts a fleet system with you to help combat Watchtower. So there's a lot of space battles. So if you like ship combat, it's your thing. Yeah, lots of space combat, and in fact, it will make the regular encounters almost seem easy.
Whoa, dude.
Comparatively. So
I know unless you go into the Crimson Fleet's nests, most of those combats are usually.
I mean, they're
doable.
They're mostly doable, but the ones in Watchtower are even more. They're even harder. So
okay. But that's why you need a fleet.
That's why you get a fleet, and you can upgrade the fleet. It starts out with 1 ship, which is what you need to do the DLC, to do the quest. Up to you can have up to 8 ships besides yours. It makes it a little. I usually only line up with 2. I found I didn't really need more than that. The other thing that it adds is you get these things called sky drops, which are basically orbit to ground missiles that you tag with like a beacon. So you throw like a little beacon grenade out, and then they can shoot missiles down. So that way you can it helps you clear out the outside of the dungeons, because there's mechs that are like super tanky that are really hard to kill and stuff like that.
I have trouble using artillery in Fallout 4. Like people, my viewers keep telling me you got to put down artillery. That'll make a lot of these fights a lot easier. And I'm like, but my problem is it's a settler that I could be using on a plot to produce things.
Well, these won't take up a settler. So what it is it's a module you attach to the ship, and you stock it with missiles. And there's different kinds of modules. I mean, obviously, with a lot of things, there's a progression tree to it. So you start out the basic missile, and then you can get some upgrades. And then you get these beacons, these grenades, and you throw the grenade. And so against the mechs, I tended to use the EM missiles a lot because it makes them a lot. It disrupts all the electronics and all the robots and turrets and stuff.
Because
there's a lot. Yeah, and it makes the mechs easier to kill.
Mojo, but there are mechs.
There are mechs. I mean, you don't get to use them; you fight against them. But
still, I've always wanted to see those things in action.
Now there is one of the bombardment, one of the modules that you can upgrade to actually drops an A model robot or an S model robot down to help you in combat. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So the S model robot are the ones that look like the dog. The A's are like Vasco.
Okay.
Vasco's the Model A. The Model S's are the ones that are on 4 legs. I like the Model S robots a lot better.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yep. So there's that. And then the storyline with it is really good because basically they're like Watchtower is like a shadow group that kind of exists on the fringes of settled space, and they specifically are trying to like harness Starborn powers, and they are trying to contain Starborn. So the story with Torin is actually really good, and do you like the story of Sim Settlements? Like the plot?
I like the plot. I like Jake's story. I like some of the other characters' stories. Chapter 3 is where it starts getting irritating for me. Like just recently, like what was it? It was Thursday night, wasn't it, Mojo, where we tried to do the Art of War mission with Salvador, and it just kept bugging out. I think I have a fix for that, by the way, Mojo. I needed to save and reload. But the Mojo's complaint, and I echo it, is that Chapter 3 turns into tower defense.
Okay, so here's my question: is it the mechanics you have a problem with, or the plot, or the story?
The mechanics.
Right.
The story would be fine
without the mechanics.
Yeah, if we were like, instead of having to be the one to assault all the different gunner emplacements, but instead like we had a war desk in HQ that we could say, assault this, pick however many warriors we want to have, and then send them, and then however long it takes for that assault to happen, we get the results and we've liberated that. That would be better, in my opinion.
I think you can actually do that.
I know, as I'm describing it, I'm like, this sounds familiar. Maybe I need to look into doing that.
I think there is a way to automate it, but yes, I 100% agree with you on that. Like, I really only like chapter 1. Because like pretty much once
chapter 2 is so fun though, because you get introduced to the gunner.
No. I like the story of chapter 2 and 3. Yeah. But mechanically, I could have stopped at chapter 1 because I don't like the HQ thing, mechanics. All the story that happens in there is a lot of fun, and all the story of chapter 3 and everything with Magnuson and all that is really cool. But the tedium of the HQ system and of
they actually made an automated version of HQ now. So if you don't want to,
it made it better. But then you get to the chapter 3, which is the tower game. You know?
Mojo says the problem for her with chapter 3 is the whole grading at the end of the assaults.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. They're a little inconsistent. So that is one of the things. I mean, that's kind of a King Gath hallmark, right? All of his stuff is very story driven and very tends to have a lot of grind to it. So Watchtower very much follows in that same type of drawing a blank on the word, like that same pattern, that same kind of follows that same pattern where great story, towards the end it starts to get a little grindy and you're kind of like, can we just not?
Yeah.
So
Mojo says Mojo says that part's fine. Most of follows that way, anyways.
Yeah.
It's just the war.
Yeah. So like to end, to finish before you get to the final mission of Watchtower, what you have to do is you have to go to all the little star systems, land on the ground, assault a base, get coordinates for a relay for a satellite array that tracks Starborn and all the systems. And then you do a few of those, and then there's like a central hub that controls like a bunch of smaller systems. So there are ways to shortcut it, but the combat is really, really like challenging compared to most like encounters you'll find.
Hi, Chieftain. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm just trying. I'm doing just to producing because you guys are having a fantastic conversation, and I get to do the fun stuff behind the camera,
Behind
here.
the scenes.
Yeah, I do all the shots there.
Yeah. So,
and by the way, I don't think we've had any problem since we've switched with the stream tonight.
Even
no
the
lag.
The quality looks better, and the cuts are faster.
Yeah.
So yeah, but this is not about me. It's about you guys. I'm sorry.
No, the transitions are a lot faster.
Yeah, they are.
This is our test drive of Rumble Studio, because it took me a little bit of effort to convince Chieftain to switch over, but once he was convinced, it was a lot of work to transition over. This is our first time to actually go
rolling it out.
It's really hard, like producing as talking to the camera and hitting the buttons like blindly. So it's kind of working okay. I kind of know where they all are, so I can actually make eye contact the whole time. So I don't have to worry about it like freezing on me
and moving around. You're right, and you're not trying to constantly monitor your bandwidth and all that. No, I get it.
Oh, it's an absolute nightmare.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, like you don't. I know you don't see it, but I'm like almost all gray. This is just all fake. This is like just for men shit. But it's like, all right. That's from the stress from Streamlabs the last 4 years.
Yeah. So I finally
you're a great guy, Timmy. Thank you so much again for coming on. I would like to call this a mesh between our three podcasts here. Great minds think alike. So we appreciate your time and coming on. And I'm sorry for making it going an extra hour. Starting an hour later because I couldn't get home by 7. So I appreciate you being so accommodating for us.
Well, I'm on the East Coast, so really I didn't even notice.
Oh, okay. Same. Mariners in a weird mountain. In a weird time zone where like 5 people live. So I mean, it's
I'm outside of Detroit, so
he's gonna yell at me for that now later.
Streamlabs cut them off mid-sentence last night on the live podcast.
No.
I think you gotten through most of your topics last night, so I saw you didn't try and get it going again, but
right. I mean, I didn't punch my desk like I did the other time, and my temper's been pretty good. But like 3 weeks ago, I just lost my shit.
That's how I finally got 3 weeks in a row of Streamlabs messing up my
shitting
streams.
the bed.
So I finally after the third time in a row, I called Hero. Like, I didn't text him, I called him, and I said,
"Oh shit,
we need to get Chieftain over to Rumble Studio because
over to anything that's not Streamlabs.
I am tired of Streamlabs.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Let me
back to Starfield. Because
so just to wrap up Watchtower. So basically, once you kind of do, so there is that grind, but that's kind of what I'm saying. Where like you definitely want to make it its own dedicated thing. You know.
Yeah, its own playthrough. No, you don't want to do any others on top of this.
Yeah, like I would play the base game plus that, and I mean, you could throw in like the Doom dungeon and escape, like some other small things, but definitely would not.
Ah, shit.
Raggy. I definitely wouldn't do
that. I hate that Windows does that shit. Oh, it drives me crazy. All right.
Oh, when you pop it up to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you just showing off the Stream Deck software?
No.
Yeah, I was showing the stream. I was showing my show numbers. I have 6 pages for a 2-shot show, a 3-shot show, a 4-shot show, a 5-shot show, and a 6-shot show. And there's over 100 different buttons and transitions that I had to transition. I was cursing Mariner's name for like Mariner and Hero. I'm like, I hate this. I hate change.
No.
But it needed to happen.
And then redoing your. Oh, I know. Do it. Yeah. Then I make all my own assets and stuff. So I do all the.
Yeah.
I do all the post production. I mean, that's why we only do once a month for Vatscast.
Yeah. I mean, I used to do the recordings I used to do recordings, edit it and shit it out every Monday, but now we just do lives. I don't do that anymore. It's just exhausting.
Yeah.
13
I
years
prefer
of
to
that.
record off air because we tend to me and Granny and Old Man Fallout, we all tend to chat a lot.
I have no idea what you're talking about as far as that's concerned. No idea. You have two hosts that have ADHD that are on the show on Fridays, so we understand. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Marina usually yells at us.
Usually our recording sessions are 3 to 4 hours, and I chop it down to about 90 minutes to 120.
Right.
Yeah.
He holds up signs, stay on topic.
Yeah, kind of. Squirrel.
Yeah, I did that for the humor, but yeah,
it's funny. We love Mariner. Mariner's such a hard worker.
Yeah.
Can't beat his rate.
He can't beat his rate.
But go ahead. I digress. I totally
I mean, basically, as far as
everything.
Watchtower is concerned, the story's good, and that pretty much wraps that part up. So I don't know what was next on the docket.
I think we're probably, unless you can think of anything to add in Starfield's defense, I think we're almost done.
I mean, I don't think Starfield needs to be defended. I just
if only Mariner was here, you'd have an hour and a half bitch session about it.
Oh yeah,
he complains about everything.
Yeah, so we had on the other podcast that I do with Hero called Stream of Consciousness, usually runs on Tuesday night. Yeah. We just said we usually do Zelda. We've been playing through Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
But we needed a break from Ocarina of Time. I wanted to do just a off the cuff episode. And then I noticed that No Man's Sky had an update.
Oh no.
That added features to make it to put it in the lead, I would say, in front of Starfield for the best space game. Because it had things that Starfield didn't have. It had smooth transitions between orbit and atmospheric flight, actual atmospheric flight, and then landing, all of the things that one would have hoped would have been in Starfield, because Starfield, being a space game,
that's never going to be in a Bethesda game. Because the way Bethesda makes their games don't coincide with that type of their engines can't support it because of all the because you could drop an item anywhere and then come back to it 50 hours later and it'll still be there.
Right. And that was the thing is
No Man's Sky doesn't do that.
No Man's Sky does some
There's so much more stuff in No Man's Sky that's static versus how much crap is just interact. It's unnecessary, but that's just how they make their games.
What it sounds like to me is that they do what every other game does, is that they have a game engine. They're going to work in the confines of that game engine.
Yeah.
And they won't get away from that because it works.
Right.
Right. Which is No Man's Sky.
Right. Which got me mad, with the original COD games, is they would just reskin maps. I'm like, it's the same fucking map. Why am I pay for it? Because you put another texture on it? Fuck you. And it sounds like the same thing what you guys are going through, not as far as the skins are concerned, but in the context of the engine itself. They just want to stay within that confines. But they're going to get to a point where they're going to have no choice but to expand because their technology is getting better.
Well, and they have upgraded it significantly, but at the same time, it's still that same style where everything is interactable. You know, I mean, there's so few, when you play some of the I've played some of the some other games that I played, the amount of crap that's interactable with versus
is it really needed?
No, but at the same time, it's useful in other versions of the game.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? In Fallout 4, everything is scrap.
It works
and it's all
better
used for craft.
Sorry.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
No, you're good. I mean to cut you off.
That's the thing with No Man's Sky, is that everything that they give you to interact with is usable, but it was it was really what set it for me was the fact that they allowed you to have constructible ships with the Corvettes that made it equal to and beyond Bethesda's Starfield to some degree, because you could build your own ships in Starfield. I love that feature. That's a great
They're
idea.
modules, yeah.
They're modular, but so are honestly No Man's Sky. They're also modular. But that put No Man's Sky above Starfield as far as like wanting to play it, because with No Man's Sky, you don't have loading screens. If you want to land on a planet, you point at that planet, fly to the planet, you enter the atmosphere, you land on the planet, you get out of the ship and you explore the planet. When you're done, you get back in the ship, hit the button, you take off, you fly up, you leave the atmosphere, you fly further, you leave the star system.
There's no animation for taking off or sitting in a seat, or when you climb
not
in.
Not for sitting in in the Corvettes, yes. And there's no like exterior cinematic of the ship taking off and going off. You are in the cockpit, you hit a button, you lift off, you then have control of the ship to do atmospheric flying, or you can point the ship skyward and go up into orbit.
Gotcha.
The only time you have a dead stop loading screen is when you're jumping star systems.
So this is one of those little things that's actually kind of funny about, especially like with Starfield. So if you follow the lobotomy markers in the game to go places and do things, like let's say like you're on a quest, right?
Yeah.
And you're on a planet and it wants you to go to another planet. All right. So in your head, you think loading screen to get on the ship, loading screen to sit in my chair, loading screen to take off, loading screen to jump worlds, loading screen to land, loading screen to get up, loading screen to get out of my ship, right? That's what you think in your head, right?
That's what Starfield was at the beginning.
Right. So that's because you followed the lobotomy markers. Whereas what you could do is you could do a couple of things. One, you could go into your ship, activate a nav console, and it'll jump you straight there.
Yeah, fast travel, which is fine if you're on a single planet jumping around to different places on said planet, like Fallout 4. You don't have to walk down the streets of Boston.
If you're going from one system to another, you can cut out. Basically what I was getting at is you could just look at your watch and just fast track. Like instead of having all of those screens, you just look at the star map and then fast travel to that other point, and it just takes you and your ship over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never liked that idea when in a space game, never actually going into space unless the story demanded it. If I want to go from this planet to that planet, I'm going to want to get in the ship. I'm going to want to take off in the ship, leave the atmosphere in the ship, pick the star system, enter warp, for lack of a better term, come out of warp into that star system, go to the
Star
planet,
Wars
enter
fans say
orbit.
light speed. Excuse me. Yeah.
Am I a Star Wars fan? Yes, but
yeah, you like the inferior star sci-fi. I got it.
FTL, I get it.
Don't get us into that fight.
Tell Timmy what you bought me for Christmas.
I'll back you up.
Okay.
Go ahead,
but the idea is like in a space game, traveling from one world to another, I want to experience the travel from one world to the other. I don't want to be like, I'm on planet A in Star System Alpha. I want to go to
play No Man's Sky.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, that's never how Bethesda has worked. Ever.
Okay.
Ever. Like you can go all the way back. I mean, it's the limit, it's the way that they've always done things. I'm not saying that now they are adding some of that with like the free lanes thing, like where you can travel in the system, but there's still going to be a lot of loading screens.
Yeah.
If you follow the way that they you can skip a lot of that.
Yeah.
But
so just to asterisk this with something Mojo is saying in the chat. First, he says Bethesda's strong suit. Whoops, it scrolled on me. Bethesda's strong suit has always been settlement building of some kind. I would imagine it's a different set of skills to make buildable ships. And then to a response about you fast traveling from one planet to another, you still have to unlock the planet and those fast travel points first. So you still have to go.
But
and
you can
that's
still
where,
you can still cut a lot of them out. Like that was my point, was that you can cut out, like, instead of it being like 6 loading screens, you can make it like 2.
Okay.
Because you can be on the surface of a planet, open your little map, and go. I mean, you can actually in space turn on your scanner.
What happens if you've not been to that planet?
You just stay in orbit.
Well, no. Okay. So you can fast travel to the planet, but you can't fast travel to a point landed on the planet.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I mean, it eliminates like half of them or 2/3 of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it eliminates all of them, but what I'm saying is like, if you do it the way that Bethesda kind of maps it out with the lobotomy markers, it's a lot more excessive than it is just, than it can be. So like, another thing is you can actually, like, if you're in your pilot seat and you're in space, you don't actually have to go into your star map to travel to somewhere. You can actually just hit F on your keyboard to turn your scanner on and line up your ship, and then hit R, and it will fast travel you there, like outside, like even if it's in another system, because you'll see the astral bodies up on the screen, and it will take you to that point. Now, if you haven't discovered it before, yes, you will be in orbit of the planet.
Okay.
You won't be on the ground, but that's the thing, though, is like, that's still kind of cutting out a lot of that drudgery. You know what I'm saying? It's not about eliminating it. It's about, making a list. Or there's another example where if you go to a place called Sidonia, which is the settlement on Mars, it wants you to go, there's a bar in the basement that it wants you to go to. So you get off your ship, you walk in through the airlock. So that's a loading screen. Then it wants you to take an elevator down to the basement. That's another loading screen. And then to go into this bar to get a piece of information, to take the elevator back up, and then walk back outside. Okay. So to do that whole process is 4 loading screens. Whereas the entire interior of Sidonia is actually open. You can walk in and you can just jump down to the bar, hit your boost pack. The bar's right there. You don't need to use the elevator, but the lobotomy marker wants you to use it. The little, mission thing. And is somebody playing Starfield right now?
This is just a walkthrough. I could take out my controller and pretend I'm playing. I could just be like this, like.
Yeah, fair. But
hey, look,
anyway,
I'm Sniper Wolf.
Sniper Wolf. But yeah, like, so I mean, there is a lot of, like, there's more than what needs to be, and they don't show you the shorter paths.
Okay.
Kind of have to discover them. Much like the lore, it's there. You just have to find it.
Have to dig.
You have to dig. That is the downside to a lot of the Bethesda games. That's also kind of the fun.
Maybe I'm just not remembering my early days of Fallout 4 and some of the frustrations I might have had with it.
Yeah, or Fallout 3. I mean, God, you remember being in those subway tunnels?
Back in my day.
Trying to get from Vault 111,
You mean getting lost in those tunnels?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because and I've tried Fallout 3 a couple of times. It did not. I can't do it. Like there's a couple of things with Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 that I do not enjoy. Like in the RTD mechanics for shooting in Fallout 4 are a lot better, because if you point the weapon and fire, and if your aim is accurate, you hit your target. If
it's more accurate anyway.
Yeah, if New Vegas and Fallout 3, I think if you aim and your aim is still correct, you can still miss because of the RNG.
Well, it's because your skills aren't leveled up to the point to make you as accurate as you should be. So So that's one of the things with like is you're using, now we're getting into like player skill versus built-in mechanics, like
the confluence between he's big into the COD and the aim and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just not. I don't know. Maybe I have unrealistic expectations for how some things should be in games, and it upsets me when it doesn't, when they're not there.
Maybe it's just. It's not a matter of it being unrealistic. It's maybe it's just not enjoyable for you.
Yeah, the higher the skill, the better the RNG. I have a coworker who claims, and I'm not convinced by her argument, but I'm also not unconvinced by her argument that I don't actually like RPG games. Because the thing that I enjoy about Sim Settlements 2 is the mechanics of the logistics of the building the settlements and getting them to interweave, and the assigning of settlers to the different jobs and getting all the level ups to unlock all the tech to do all the things.
Right.
Not necessarily like I enjoy the story of Sim Settlements 2, but if I'm on my own, I skip a lot of dialogue because I'm not trying to do the dialogue.
You've already probably done it before.
Yeah. And then
we put a lot of work into that shit. Just fucking watch it.
I mean, we do, but after the 7th time, it gets a little.
Out of the 8,000th time you saw it,
right? I mean, I can literally rattle off half of the dialogue in Fallout 4 verbatim.
Like all my Madden stuff is like flyover shots, and it's before the game starts, and people are just like, I have the part where people hit B on to get to the game. That's the shit I worked on for 6 months.
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. I understand.
No, well, I mean, and
at least you have the ability to skip it. So.
Well, and I mean, I like the lore, and I do get into it very deep. I just, after I've, when you play the same game for 4,000 hours or 1,000 hours, like
when you start quoting the lines for all the dialogue options.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I know how I know all the little shortcuts, and like I like knowing that much. Like, and so that's really the thing with Bethesda games. Like, that's what Bethesda games are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're really designed for OCD people like me who just want to know every nook and cranny. And I think, so I have a theory that a lot of the problem everybody has with Starfield is because it's a new universe with new lore that nobody wants to take the time, not nobody, but a lot of people don't want to take the time to dig through all those nooks and crannies like they did with Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 and Skyrim to learn all of that. Whereas when you start a new Fallout game, you've already got 25 years worth of backstory. Same thing with Elder Scrolls. You've got 25, 30 years of background that you've already built upon. Whereas with this universe, you don't.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I'm teaching a game design course, and Skyrim and another game I can't remember the game now, but there's compare and contrasting inside the college level where they're actually comparing the two games and the similars and the pros and the cons. And I have to go back. I was like, I don't remember this fucking game. Let me go back. And then I'm like, okay, now I can write a response to it because it has, like you said, such lore and has such backstory that you can actually say, no, that's not actually right. But with a newer game, they're actually establishing it a little bit earlier so they can add that stuff. I think that's a very good point.
Yeah, and I think that's everybody's. And yes, it did come out in a. I'm not going to pretend that it didn't come out in any suboptimal polished state. I mean, they should have done, like, the game should have looked on launch like it's looking right now, like, to be quite frank. But it didn't. And I think a lot of why people aren't forgiving that is because of the fact that they don't have all that emotional attachment to it. They don't already know all that background. They don't already love, the super mutants and ghouls and, people don't know who Harold. I mean, everybody knows who Harold is, who plays Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
I
call the ghouls the no-nose guys.
Yes, they are.
Because I'm a fan of the show, And Mariner and I don't play the game, but I enjoy a good story. It's another thing I teach is story development.
I like the show.
And Mariner's like, well, they're going out of order, and it's like driving him fucking crazy. And he's just like, I go, well, I mean, for the cinematics point, at least it's not the Halo show where they never even fucking read the lore or went online and actually researched it. It's like, no, we're just going to use Master Chief. We're going to take a helmet off and we're going to have him fuck a bunch of chicks. No, that's not Master Chief. Master Chief is like a 9-foot motherfucker that kills aliens. That's what he does. So, I mean...
He's one-dimensional.
He's one-dimensional. Stop adding dimensions. You're not supposed to know what he looks like. And I can understand Mariner, like, when you convert stuff into other mediums, you're going to lose shit, like Tokeem in Lord of the Rings. But go ahead.
Yeah, things do get lost in translation. But at the same time, like, you get something in return out of it.
Yeah, and I'm not dissing on Fallout, the series as a whole. I think they did get a lot of things right. You know my opinion on Fallout, because I was on the Vatscast, and I told you like,
we talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it. And for what I was talking to Chieftain was more of the technical stuff, like how they de-aged.
Yeah, you didn't like the de-aging technology of the father.
I mean, okay, sure.
We know what that guy looks like at the age that they de-aged him to, and they didn't look anything alike.
Here you go. If you really want to get a skull fuck, Hank McClane is Paul Atreides.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing out.
Yeah, he showed me the side by side, and I'm just like, I rolled my eyes.
Paul Atreides,
because he's right. Yeah. He's right. You know, but
the guy did not look like Paul Atreides when they de-aged him, and it bugged me.
I understand.
But I mean, at the same time, I mean, yeah, they could have just hired another actor to do those scenes, but again, it was money.
That's what they did in the 80s and 70s. You know, they had like the younger version. They tried to get somebody who closely resembled
the first.
And now we're so snobbish in the effects.
Yeah. That if everything doesn't look like fucking Jurassic Park,
you're right.
Then we get butthurt about it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking away from Mariner's point. It's a valid point. You have the technology. You all you had to do was look up an older film that the actor was in and do it.
Right.
And that was his gripe. And that's an honest assessment. And I'm mad that he came up with it, and not me, because I never even checked that. Because usually I'm the one checking that.
You took the other side of that argument, though. Was it just because I got there first?
It was because you got there first.
Oh, no, I was the one who pointed out to you a couple weeks ago. Remember? Because I pointed out Paul Atreides on the Vatscast.
No, I'd seen it before that.
Oh, had you? Okay.
Yeah, I knew that actor was Paul Atreides from the get-go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I always just see him with the knife right in the sandworm with the hooks. Like,
yes.
I can't get it out of my head, man.
I love that scene, especially when he pulls back on the reins and the mouth.
Oh, especially since I'm a
up.
huge David Lynch fan. Like,
I was a huge Patrick Stewart fan, and he's in that movie too.
He is. Oh God, what was the character's name?
Gurney Halleck.
Yeah.
The better Enterprise captain.
Yes.
The better Enterprise captain.
Engage. Number one.
Mariner, just to fuck with me because he knows I'm a Star Wars fan. He bought me a Captain Kirk shirt for Christmas.
Oh.
And I wore it on the show. I wear it as my gym shirt all the time. I'm usually wearing it like once a week.
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, then you definitely do not want to see my personal YouTube channel.
I like both. That's the thing. Let me see if I can get this fucking
thing.
See,
I like both too, but our likes are balanced each other. He prefers Star Wars. I prefer Star Trek. We still like both.
Oh, you can't see it, but it's like right here. It's a Scout Trooper outfit, and a little bit higher up is my my Millennium Falcon in the box above here. Like if
check out the banner for my channel real quick, just as a side note. You'll fucking die.
I'm sending it to you, Chief, on Discord.
Yeah, you don't have to put it up on screen here. I just, particularly on the right side, I'll have to dig out the full size picture that I got, but it's called Stargate Galactica, and it's Patrick Stewart. like a blown up. That's like.
I like to do the Beavis and Butthead. Number 1, I command you to do a number 2.
There you go. Yeah. Oh man, I love Mike Judd.
That was actually part of my classes. The first thing was Frog Baseball, and that was done at an animation festival, and that's what actually MTV saw, and they gave him a series, Mike Judge. So
it was Frog Baseball?
If Frog Baseball was an introductory to an animation festival. They saw it, and they loved it, and that's how they hired Mike Judge, and the rest is history. I teach animation history. I teach so much shit. There's so much useless bullshit in here that it just make your head spin. It's just like,
it's all right.
Like Mariner is just like, what the fuck? It's like, how do you know that? And you know, like Curvy Tech is one of our editor-in-chiefs on Laggin.com. You think I'm bad with movies? She's worse. She knows so much more, and her husband knows more than her, who's my financial advisor.
Oh God.
And they know, they go, come on, Chief, then you know that. I'm like, I'm brain farting, and now you're putting me on the fucking spot, so now my brain blocks.
No.
But I digress.
Yeah, I digress.
Mojo says you've forgotten more than they will ever learn.
Yeah. But so, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's kind of the same thing with like the TV show. Like, I know it drives everybody fucking bonkers that goddamn dinosaur was flipped around the other way.
Or, that's how little I actually knew about New Vegas. Was I did not realize that what was his name? Tiny Bluey Bosco? I forget his name. The dinosaur. But I did not know that they
Dinky the dino.
Dinky. Okay.
Dinki.
You know what? Something's going to ruin Family Guy for you.
What?
Peter Griffin's shirt is actually a blouse. It's buttoned the wrong way. Watch it next time. You're welcome.
But Mojo's definitely in that camp of they've messed up too many technical things for her to be able to tolerate watching it.
You're right, and that's the thing, though. I mean, like, but then you get other people that get drawn into it because that's a good medium for people who don't have all of that background who haven't spent thousands of hours sifting through dialogue trees in Fallout 1 to know all that shit, you know.
Yeah.
And then they get kind of caught up to speed and they get drawn in, you know. I mean, at some point you have to make things accessible.
Yeah.
That is one of the problems with the modern age is that you have the SMEs and then you have the battle with accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like once you become a SME in something, you really, it's like becoming a pickle. Like you can't go back to being a cucumber, right?
Yeah, like I had to write a class. I became a SME, and I'm like, oh my god, I became the thing I hate.
Exactly. Right, but I mean that's the thing though, and so when they venture out to do something new, it's like now you don't have because your core audience is all the people who are like digging through everything.
Well, now you can. It's a lot easier to do that. Opposed to like in 1977, someone did a realistic flight suit of the X-Wing fighter, and they had to go and watch the movie 8 times to get it right. Now you just go online and you take a picture of it, and then you 3D scan it and you print it out, and it looks like movie quality. Look at all the what's it called? I can't remember it. All the stormtroopers. What's it called? 106. I can't remember now. The whole Star Wars regiment.
Oh, the Star Wars. I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, they were in The Mandalorian because they did the show did not have enough stormtroopers, so they hired them to fucking do it.
Yeah,
so, I mean that's where we're at right now, and information could be good and information can be bad. So
exactly.
We can't get away with shit anymore. It's like, oh, there's a mistake there. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing 4 shots a day for a fucking movie. I'm going to make a mistake. You need to fucking chill. But like you can't say that because you're NDA'd until people pre-watch the film, and you're not NDA'd out until the film is actually dropped or the game is dropped, and then you can say you can go fuck yourself. I was doing 18-hour days for this shit.
Right. I mean, they're gonna miss stuff, and I mean, I don't know.
We do that.
You know what though? See, I do have a slightly unique perspective when it comes to video games because I had such a large gap.
Right.
In playing. Like I literally stopped playing video games when the PS2 stopped getting releases.
I remember the PS2 Need for Speed. No, that was the first one. Sorry.
Yeah,
that was in college for me. The PS1. So how old?
That was the first console I bought for myself with graduation money. Was the PlayStation 1. I bought the Independence Day video game to go with it, and then I've discovered Need for Speed, and
love that game.
I was Need for Speed from Porsche Unleashed
Hot
all
Pursuit.
the way through Hot
Metal Gear,
Pursuit,
the original Metal Gear Solid.
Most Wanted, the original Most Wanted.
I want that exclamation point in real life.
Yeah. I wish I could hide under a cardboard box sometimes and not get noticed.
Well, it just says FYI, I am a 76er. I've forgotten what that term means.
She's a bicentennial baby.
Oh, okay.
So am I. I'm a bicentennial baby.
I'm
a Susan B. Anthony quarter baby.
I was right at the tail end of Jimmy Carter's administration.
Not Henry Ford, Gerald Ford last year.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born in 79, so.
Oh, yeah. My brother's 80, so he's a year older than you.
Yeah, right when Reagan took office. But I mean, well, that's the thing, though. Yeah, Reagan.
Yeah.
Good old Reagan.
Yeah. Go ahead. What were you saying, sir?
Oh, I was just saying that I think that a lot of, like, I always make the joke that the reason why nobody likes Starfield, or a lot of people don't like Starfield, because it wasn't Elder Scrolls and it wasn't Fallout. So basically, they tried to make a new IP. They did exactly what they always do, which is kind of, it's janky, and then people were less forgiving because of it.
Yeah.
I can testify. Anyways, but I think that's all we had for today.
I think so.
Right.
And disregard that text.
Good. What?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed the text.
Yeah. It's just like it seems like we're kind of tailing off. Our meds are trying to wear off.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was in the same lines. We just didn't verbalize it.
They didn't have I mean, there was a story for it. Like, there's a big story. There's lots of stuff in there. It's just you got to go find it. It's not. But anyway,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I'll definitely try and do more digging the next time I'm through it. Whenever I start it up in April, and I'll maybe send you messages and going, hey, what's the deal with this? And maybe you can send me down the path I need to go to find.
Okay. And if you want some help with some of the mechanics, and waste them,
we'll talk after, because I've got a couple of ideas on what we could do there.
That's fine. I can hang around for a little bit.
We'd like to thank our special guest and the plethora of knowledge, Mr. Timmy T. Thank you for coming to our modest show. And you are welcome back anytime, sir, to defend Starfield. And I want to see him in Hero debate, definitely. That'll be fun to see. Hero. He's our other host. He's at a convention right now. Yeah.
And Mojo says thank you for putting up with her as well.
Mojo.
I wasn't putting up with anything. You're good.
So on behalf of all three of us, Mariner, Timmy T, I'm Chieftain, and we're signing off and lagging out. We'll see you next week.
All right. Bye. Have a good night, guys. Bye.
I'm lagging and I know it. I'm lagging and I know it.
I forgot to ask you where people can find you. But I shared links. We shared links in the chat, so hopefully that'll do.
Go ahead and say it now. They can hear you.
Oh, yeah. You guys can find me on the Vatscast at on YouTube. It's just at Vatscast. You can also find me on Timmy T1000_gaming as well, where I don't upload all the time, but I do stuff there.
Awesome. Thank you. And make sure you check him out and let him know how awesome he really is. Until next time, guys, have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.